church.
Yeah.
And we're like, they bring us to the jailhouse there, and they're booking us, and they decide to let us go. And
So you got
your
magical fingers printed?
Yeah.
And the picture taken?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they got court dates and everything. And like, okay, so I go to the court date, and I didn't really understand what was going on. I just figured I'd go and tell the judge what had happened. It was all BS. Like, we hadn't done anything.
Yeah.
And, okay, I'll be down in a second. So I figured, and the judge said, okay, you can go. But what I didn't hear was, and come back on this date. So years go by. It's like 8 years go by. Maybe even longer. Anyways, of course, I'm not a dishonest person, so I never had another run-in with the police. We come up for Val's wedding, we walk off of Terry's property, we have beers in our hands, and there's an officer right there. Well, she decides to check all of our names anyways, and she doesn't give us tickets or too hard a time or anything. So, okay, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, this charge comes up that I had failed to appear in court 8 or 9 years beforehand.
Right.
So, well, now this was getting a little bit more sticky. So they let me out the next day. The Justice of the Peace actually came into work on the Saturday because I was explaining I may have fabricated a small lie to ensure that he came in on the Saturday. But, the best man does have to be at the wedding.
Right.
So they actually came in, and he gives me the lowdown, Newport date and all this, but I didn't do anything. So that's how I ended up spending that night beforehand
in jail.
So Pete, did you ever go to the next court date?
Yeah, I went to the next one. I got a lawyer this time.
Yeah.
And the judge, it was actually quite comical. He gave the cops hell for even bothering with this on such a stupid charge. And it had been so many years again before they'd even seen me again that he just threw it right on out, and that was the end of it. So I'm looking at the lawyer after going, so I am done this time, eh? Like, he didn't say, and come back or anything. And, he was pretty good about it. But it cost me a fair amount of money. I didn't know you about the legal aid thing. Filming all this?
Yep. For your children. So what about, were we going to stop at Val's wedding though? Wasn't that the reason we came down here?
That was the reason we came, but we forgot because we started drinking shortly after I got out of the big house there. And next thing I know, the music was going, and you know how I dance so well, so.
Yeah, I think we missed the whole church ceremony, didn't we? Because we were getting out of jail or something. Did we go to the church?
We were there. We made it just on time, but it was like only a 10-minute ceremony. Short and sweet. That's the way it should be.
So who was the best man?
Oh, I have no idea. One of Dan's friends.
It wasn't you, right?
No, it wasn't me. I only said that.